Welcome to eSafeT, your online construction safety documentation generator. Allow me to take you on a tour of our site from registration through to completing and printing of your required safety documentation. For first-time users, click Register in the top right-hand corner. Once the system is launched, the Who Are You screen will appear. You will see the register links, the application and features page, as well as the Why eSafeT page. Once the Create a New Account screen appears, you must here select the description that best describes your type of business. Are you a small contractor, a client, a principal contractor, a contractor, or a health and safety practitioner? For a detailed description of each of these, click on the question mark icon to the right of the data entry field. For the purpose of this video, we have selected contractor. Under personal information, enter a valid email address. This will also become your username, and an email with your password will be sent to this email address, as well as all future eSafeT communications. Select your designation. Are you a CEO, a managing member, a sole proprietor, or a practitioner? Using the correct designation is important for subsequent ease of use, as eSafeT will use the designation to populate the relevant data fields for new projects. You must then supply us with the following information: your first name, surname, telephone number and cell phone number. Please note the fields marked with an asterisk are mandatory and must be completed, and your contact numbers will be used to pre-populate new project fields, so please make sure these are correct. Enter your company information, including your company name. Company names are unique in the system, so please make sure to use your full legal company name to avoid duplications. If you are using the system as an individual, enter your full name and surname in this field. Include the company's fax number, address and postal code, then click Register in the bottom right-hand corner. An email will now be sent to your registered email address confirming registration and supplying your password. Save this for future use. At the login screen, now enter your email address and password. The dashboard screen will now load. Here you will find a summary of all your personal details in the top left. Click on the Actions drop-down next to My Detail and choose Edit or View to access your details. Here you can edit your personal information or add additional details like your personal work address or fax number. You will notice that your personal address and fax number displayed are the same as you entered for your company on registration. If you have a different fax number or address, amend this and make sure to include the postcode. You cannot modify your email address as this is your username. Neither can you change your role once submitted at registration. To save changes, click Done, or to discard changes, click Cancel, both of which are found at the bottom left of your display. A summary of your company's details is displayed in the block labelled with your company name in the top right. Again, click Actions, and then you can choose to edit or view your information. Company details displayed here are those entered at registration. You can add or amend details here, as well as add a short description of your company and its operations. Clicking Edit allows you to control the default page background, which will then pull through to the pages of files generated for your company in two ways. Upload your company logo and/or portrait and landscape background by directing the uploader to the files on your PC or server. Your logo will be resized to fit within the top margins of the page and will be positioned at the top right of each page by default. Should you wish for the logo to be located at the top left-hand or top center margin, click the desired position from the Logo Alignment drop-down box. To remove a previously uploaded logo, click on the Delete button at the bottom, second from right, and OK to remove. To cancel an upload or disabled inherited logo, click the Reset button at the bottom, second from left. eSafeT will resize the background to fit the full page if the uploaded image is bigger than an A4 page in any dimension. If you want to load full background images, please make sure the logo field is empty by deleting the logo field. Click the Done button at the bottom left if you want to save changes, or the Cancel button to discard. You can also control whether eSafeT uses your company reference numbers when listing projects, searching for projects and naming projects. Select your choice from the Use Reference Number drop-down list. If you select Required, eSafeT will force your users to enter a reference number for each project. An option of Disable will not provide your user with the opportunity to enter a reference number, and if you select Optional, eSafeT allows your users to enter a reference number but does not force them to do so. You must make a selection from this field. In order to generate a safety file, the user must create an eSafeT project which corresponds to the real-world construction project. You can also enter a short description of your company and its operations. Once you have completed your setup, click on Projects on the left-hand side of the screen and then click Add to create a new safety file. A pop-up menu will appear to create a new safety file. Complete the project name by entering a sensible project name, trying to keep names unique to avoid confusion at a later stage. Select the role that you'll perform for the project from the Contractor role drop-down list. If you report to the project client and get paid by the client on this project, you should select Principal Contractor. If, on the other hand, you report to the principal contractor and get paid by them on this project, you should select Contractor. Choose the type of risk assessment to be applied to this project. If the need is for a basic risk assessment that makes use of high, medium and low ratings, only select the basic risk assessment, which is a qualitative risk assessment. If, on the other hand, the need is for an advanced quantitative risk assessment, select Advanced Risk Assessment. This option is advisable, and although it takes a little longer, it will produce initial risk ratings as well as residual risk ratings. Once selected, click Create. The project screen will now open, and you must complete the project name and compensation registration number as provided by COIDA, FEMA or RMA. Insert your company name and your reference. Include the anticipated start date and anticipated end date. Include the duration and describe in periods, i.e. 8 months or 35 weeks. Include the site address of the project. This must be the actual physical address as opposed to a postal address. Include the number of females and males envisaged to be on site, which is required for the notification of works or should be sent to the DOL. Include the province where the project will be undertaken, as well as the normal working hours, i.e. 0700 to 1800. Include hours pertaining to weekends and/or public holidays as required, but with the approval of the client and/or its agents. Describe the basic construction activity, for example, construction of 136 low-cost houses. Provide a description of these works. For example, the site is located next to the school. There are no electricity cables, roads leading to the site are tarred, but the site itself is under construction, etc., etc. Upload your company logo and/or portrait and landscape background by directing the uploader to the files on your PC or server. Under Info, make sure to include the tender number, which will link to the first aider appointment number, and also include an appointment. Include details on the fire alarm. Is this an air horn, whistle or other equipment? Include the actual location of the fire extinguishers. Detail assembly points, the nearest fire station and fire brigade telephone number. Also include details on toilet facilities. Are these available or will they be supplied? The availability and supply of drinking water must also be included, as well as details on where the change room and showers will be located. If these are not supplied, documentation confirming the date of the meeting must be included, wherein it was agreed with the employees that these are not required. Describe what shelter will be available, if any. Leaving this blank will omit this item from the safety plan. Include a description of the actual first aid box and where it will be stored on site. Details regarding the nearest hospital and emergency services should also be included. It is important here to include a list of all hazardous substances that will be used on site, as well as details on current land use, traffic systems and parking. Details regarding access to the site, including deliveries, site yard and storage, should also be mentioned. Risks pertaining to delivery, storage, overhead services, underground services, services on site and security procedures should also be detailed, and once completed, click Next. Contributors. Click on Add and select which contributor you would like to add, include their contact details and company details, and then click Next. Appointees. Include here details of all persons, including contractors, managers, supervisors, operators, agents or competent individuals who are contributing to the management of the site. To add an appointee, click Add on the right-hand side, or Actions to edit. Click Next and select from the list which requirements are relevant to your project, and once completed, click Next. On the Workers page, click Actions on the right-hand side and then Add to include individual workers, or import this list from your PC or server. Make sure to include all details, including ID numbers and contact details for each worker, and then click Done. And when all workers are listed, click Next. The analysis result contains documents and details which have errors or warnings. Documents with errors are unable to be printed until these errors have been corrected. To do so, click on the link, complete the areas highlighted, and then click Next. Properly completed documents can then be printed for in-house and compliance use. Warnings indicate forms that have been completed, but it is advisory to fill in the details requested. Warning forms can be printed, but we strongly advise completing these before doing so. Only once errors are completed can you click Draft to preview documents, and once you are satisfied with the same, click Final to proceed to the payment screen and generate your documents thereafter. eSafeT. Safety without the Y.